Hello everyone, my name is Salman Sheikh and you are watching Options with Salman. So we are back after a long time and right in front of me is the Nifty chart. So here you can see lots of data over here, but let's start with the major picture. So that is the monthly. Okay. So from the monthly, now we will start analyzing the uptrend. So the major market is in the uptrend. Okay. So this is the Nifty 50. So today is the market has closed. So today is like 10th of June, Tuesday 2025, and we are at 3:42 p.m. I'm recording this. So here we can see that there was a upper line of resistance and there is this lower line of support, and the market has been taking supports from multiple time. Okay, so the next time market will come down. So the downward potential is only around 22,000. Okay, so that is the max downward potential for the next downward slope, and if this downward breaks, then there will be a major fall, but that is unlikely to happen unless there is some kind of scam. Now we'll go to the weekly chart. Weekly, I'll just show you. So there was a head and shoulder pattern while going up. Okay, and around this shoulders, now the market is trying to break out. Okay, so here that you can see from the weekly, but if you go further down the daily, here you will find there is a Darvas box setup. Okay, this Darvas box setup, and this is looking like a breakout from the Darvas box setup. Unfortunately, the breakout is not clean because this Darvas box upper end and the breakout level actually has coincided with the head and shoulder patterns shoulders. So here we are seeing some kind of resistance. But trust me, if this resistance is broken, then we will see the all-time high. So currently, as you can see, the Nifty is okay around similar kind of levels. And if we see the other, so before going to the other markets, let's look at Nifty again. So, and let's go to the hourly chart, and if you see the data and if you see the momentum has faded on the hourly level. So tomorrow we might see that this will get in right back into the box, and if it goes back into the box, then we see a failed breakout, or we have to just increase the box level and then wait where it breaks again. So sometimes it can be like accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution. So this can be a manipulative move and then it will be distributed downwards, so it may happen. If you see the momentum, daily momentum is going up. Okay, and but that again from the price action is fading. But if you see the weekly is fading further. Okay, this weekly there is fade. So most likely it looks like this market is going to go back down. Okay, it's going to take support here and then move forward again, or it may go back down, break this, then go back down further around these levels, 22,000 odd levels, and then move back up. So both of it may be a chance. So at this point Nifty is quite tricky and there is no clear cut trade. Okay, so this is very tricky. Let's go and see the Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty is already broken out of its all-time highs. Okay, and then now it's moving forward upward. Okay, so this is weekly, and if you see the daily also, this all the resistance have been broken, and I don't think Bank Nifty is going to come back down. It may be fluctuate over here itself, and if you see the momentum and everything, it's not going to come down easy. See the weekly momentum also, it's okay-ish. If you see these histograms, okay, they are fading out, so the momentum is fading out, but it may not directly come down, so it may just fluctuate here itself in this upper region for a few days. So mostly sideways, and Nifty mid cap is looking strong, so upper bias sideways. So this is also Nifty small cap also has some kind of upper bias. Okay, and let's go to Infi. As you can see, is trying to break this upper line, so Infi is gonna shoot up. And HUL, the histograms are not supporting it. The MACD has been broken up. There is a resistance line. We'll see how it goes. Eicher Motors has this resistance line and they support, and quite sideways. Looks like sideways unless it shows some kind of strength. If you see the BTC is already broken this downtrend, and now there is no upper resistance. So the sky is the limit for BTC, and there is this lower limit of lower support line. Okay, Ethereum is a very bad scenario. Ethereum, okay, So there was an upper resistance line which the Ethereum broke, and if I see this, then this has been broken, and this line was also broken, but this is long time ago, so this is invalidated now. There's lower support. The Ethereum is going up, but again, it's not reached that all-time high. So Ethereum is, like even if a person was at 2024 levels, Ethereum is at same level. Let's go with the USD INR. USD INR seems like again there is an upper blocker line, and USD may go back again in the 88 territory if this line is broken. Although there is a support, so it may come back, take another support, then go back. So the momentum looks like it will now go upward only. So I think this will break it and slowly go upward. Dollar index in general, dollar seems to be strengthening. So this lower momentum complete is fading out, and slowly histograms are turning lesser red, so they will go into green territory, and I think dollar index will strengthen. If you see gold, the gold in terms of US dollar, again it has been stuck in this triangle, and we will have to see where it breaks out. It will most likely be upper side. Here INR also it is in the same level. So India, so you'll see the overall VIX. The VIX level is fading out, and if you see the Nasdaq is quite strong here. If you see the US 30 again, it has broken the resistance and going up. If you see the SPX again, it has broken the resistance, but not very strong momentum sideways. Histograms are still building up. So that's about this. And again, there's also everything is almost at a crossroads. If you see, okay, at a pinching level. So here the market is not really going zoom in a direction, but most likely everything has a upper bias, slightly upper bias. Okay, if you see India VIX also falling down, so the falling VIX and India VIX is showing that the trend is upward. Okay, so the trend has an upward bias. So overall world market is quite bullish, mildly bullish, not too bullish, mildly bullish. So that's what you can say. So that's about our analysis. Besides that, I'll just come to this option chain. Okay, so if we go to the June expiry, and if you see this option chain, it is going and building up, and a call of 25,500. There is a slight bit unwinding today. If at a lower L level you see 25,000 put, there is slight additions, and the major addition has been coming Y in lakhs, actually 7% only change, but Y in lakhs is 40.3, and you see 43 is unwinded. Okay, so the percentage change is only 1.6. And if you see the long term December here, you can see some OIs as 24,000. Okay, very strong OI, and 26,000 is also very strong OI. Okay, now let's go to the some of the analysis. Let's check the analysis. Open interest. So here, if we see the open interest of 12 June, that is 2 days. So see, we see strong call resistance, and that is why you see market today. If you see the Nifty could not really break out of the upper zone. Okay, this yellow line which is forming some kind of resistance. Nifty is trying to go up, but it's not going up actually. If I see the for the 19 June is also quite contested. So this there Nifty is getting pinched. Okay, the Nifty is getting pinched over here. So if I go for 26th of July, 26th July, people are quite strong. It will not go below 25,000, and they have moved to the positive. So monthly there is a positive bias. For the short term only, there is a slightly bit of resistance, but once that resistance is taken out, I think for the monthly we have a strong support. So that's, and then let's go to 31st July. As again you can see, so people are quite positive, and they feel 25,000 is the low for next couple of months. And if you see open interest, OI change, open OI change, see OI open interest completely with the OI change. You can see calls have a very strong multi-strike OI if you see, and then option OI versus time. You see it's the time processed, and future OI versus time. So This is fine, that's not much of an issue. What we need to check is now again the FIDI data also. So here we have the old data, 9 June data, and we see index futures. There is strong bearishness from FI and index options. Again, there's we can see call option, and all there is a medium term bearishness. So if I see the net OI is negative, the index futures is around negative. Okay, let's continue. So here you can see that the complete index future and FIs are bearish. Okay, now they can be bearish maybe for short term. We can't say stock future. If we add it, then there is a medium term bullishness in stock futures. We add the stocks and stocks futures, see medium term bullishness. We just remove the index, and if you see in terms of the stocks, individual stocks, they are bullish. So here you can see there is 16.21 lakhs of net OI, that is bullishness. Okay, that shows bullishness, and this is the stocks. Okay, net change is 19,000. So here you can see that the FIs are actually having lots of bullish position. If you see index futures and index option, if you remove the stocks basically and you just see futures and options, index futures, stock futures, it is medium bullish and bearish. So this is like balancing this out. Okay, showing strong bearishness, but you see how much of bullish position they have. And now index options, if you see, then again they have minus negative index options. Okay, so the call option they have purchased, and the put option also is long. So overall actually is long only position, and both of them are long. Okay, so it's like a inverted triangle. So here in terms of this, you can see that so overall position is actually, if you see, is long, and there is a hedge. Overall position, if I want to go long but with a hedge. What is the index futures here for Pro they are bearish. Okay, index futures they are going bearish. Stock futures again you can see there is a long. Okay, lakhs in lakhs, and this is in thousands. So again these are long. Now here if you see, then index options, if you see the net Y is 1.46. This is positive. And if you see the call option is positive and the put option is negative, that means they are sold put option. So again this is also an overall of a bullish trend only. Here index futures is bullish. Okay, so here whatever they have sold, we clients have tried to buy. Okay, and then if you check the stock futures, we are again bullish on the stock futures as a client. And if you see, we have already sold call option and put option, and we've sold more calls. So I think most likely the sold calls, when the client is selling more calls, the client is gonna get bidding. So client, it always goes against the client's direction. So that's things that show that market will be positive. You see futures and options. If you see FI and DI index options, sorry, FI call change and FI put change. So here you see that the OI changes are quite minimal. Here it was very high. If you can see on Tuesday, May, FI call change was like 2.3663 lakhs bearish, minus 2.85 bullish. So here you can see that there was a net bullish momentum in index options, but right now you can see that there is net bearish momentum. So that is about the index options. And if you go for index futures again, here you can see that the Nifty is rising, but as you can see that the next index futures minus 3,142. Let's check the chart settings. Show all index separate. Bank Nifty separately, but that's fine. I think cumulative is fine. Okay, and if there's a quantity and amount, yes, so amount is more important. Okay, instead of quantity, crores. So 538 crores is the negative on index futures. Now FI index options again. You can see index options they are going long. And then index futures, they are again having negative OI, and this OI is just building up on the negative OI. Let's check out the cash market. So cash market long activity today. You can see DI net cash, FI net cash. If you see, FI have been shifting their stance. DIs have been continuously buying, but FIs have been like chameleons. They have been buying, selling as per the requirement. Okay, so that was about cash and FI history. If you check, so if you see the options and index futures and cash, so here is the FI DI history. See the FI index options. Here you can see how they have been changing their stance. Okay. Here they had a bullish bout. Now they're going sideways, sometime bullish, sometime bearish. Anyways, so this is how it is. So mostly it is bullish with, you know, a medium, mild bullish kind of thing. I'll just show you my positions. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, I can just show analyze sold this, so there's nothing here. So if we just go and expand this, so here I'm facing some negativity. But if I go ahead and have a something like, let's go for the June dates. If I go further into August, so August September I'll become profitable. Until then I have to manage this losses, so I'm currently in losses, so that I have to manage. So besides that, I think this is all the analysis, and I think we should also have slightly bullish bias only. So if it goes down in medium term, it comes back in this box, maybe you can try for some buying opportunities. Maybe you can see this green line and then buy it. So not sure how it will reverse, but yes, but if you buy it, then you have to need to have a stop loss somewhere around the bottom, because if bottom breaks, then I think it will go back to 22,000 levels or so. So that is my viewpoint. Okay, because if this bottom breaks, then it's traveling back to these levels. Okay, yeah, this range somewhere here it will stop and it will consolidate here, and if it consolidates and to find the supports, it may go back up. If it does not find a support, something bad happens, it will break here, and then you can see further downside, maybe 20,000 max to max. That's it. Okay, if you see this volume also, there was a high selling volume. Now this volume is very low. Okay, if you just go this break, so this volumes, the volumes on these breakouts are low. Okay, so if you see, when it was coming down from here to here, the volume was expanding, and now there is contraction in the volume while going up. So this contraction tells me this is a weaker bullish trend, bullish weaker. Okay, so I think that's it for my analysis. In case you are more interested in learning from me of how to trade in options market, how to handle crores or rupees, feel free to comment below, reach out. Thank you so much, and do hit like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.